Hello, test. Welcome to the Jetlag Life. I'm your host, Olivia, also known as Jetlag Live on socials, and it's about time I sat somebody down and told them about the crazy adventures that happen while on the road. A little bit of a backstory about me. I am a social media content creator, specifically a travel content creator, and I've been sharing life on the road and life as a travel content creator for about 4 years now. And in the past 2 years, my husband and I have traveled to 19 countries. So it's about time I share some stuff behind the scenes, and just mention some crazy stories that happen on crazy days that I never get the chance to. Also, fun fact, the names of these episodes you'll be seeing also double as made up indie/rock alternative band names, and that is a tribute to me and my brother always saying something crazy and then calling it dibs, band name, call it. So like, for example, if you're getting work done on the car and you have mechanic hands, all like junk all over, like that's a band name, call it. So Coked Out Economy, band name, call it. And also the title of today's episode. Today's a sweet sentiment about, just how it's titled, a coked out economy. Cocaine being consumed in seat 23B on a scoot flight. Okay. Just to give you some context, this started at Singapore Airport, which if you've never been, it is a mecca of an airport. It is the airport, the epitome of everything you could ever need in an airport. Singapore has a waterfall in the airport. They've got several shopping malls from Fendi to Gucci to Reebok. They've got it all, okay? Restaurants galore, lounges galore. It is a hub for international travel all over the world. Singapore, you'll find there's a lot of layovers at that airport to get to other Asian countries as well as Australia, New Zealand. To totally contradict the fabulousness that is the airport, Seth and I are flying, my husband and I, we're flying a budget airline out of Singapore, which imagine Spirit Airlines, but with a big plane. That's exactly what Scoot is. So you don't get meals paid for, no free drinks. I think they try to tell you not to bring water on board, which is just not going to happen because we were on this flight for 11 hours. There's no TVs, no form of entertainment except for, as you'll find, row 23. They provided enough entertainment to create this first episode of the podcast. So here we go. We're sitting in our seats. It's a 3-3-3 configuration, which if you're new to airlines, there's 3 people in the middle and 3 on either side. There's 2 aisles. It's a big plane. So we sit down in our seats, and right in front of us are 3, I'm going to go with Polish people. I think the accents and the language that I heard was Polish. If not Polish, then it was maybe Croatian, something like that. I've heard it before, and I've been to both of those countries. So I think we're going to go with Polish. It doesn't really matter where they were from because partying is universal, as you'll see. So they sit down, and right off the bat, they are high energy. They are having a good time. My guess is this is the start of their vacation. So they were starting off with a bang. So much of a bang that they incorporated the entire economy section when they played their own DJ mix. One of the guys must have been a DJ. And I get that vibe because he had one of those really skin tight shirts on. He was kind of jacked. He was maybe 5'8", bald head with a beard. Okay. He's blasting this music off of the speakers, and it's like a club mix. It literally was like 11 p.m. But whatever. That's party time, right? So he's blasting, and the song was like, it wasn't even in English. It was like, Marichosa. And he would like keep dancing in his seat and getting his other two friends, which was one woman and another man, to vibe with him. And he was straight vibing. The entire duration of the plane, this isn't even the good part yet. The entire duration of the plane, they were throwing back drinks after drinks. Like the flight attendants kept coming back. They purchased so many drinks, so much food, just had a good time. And as I'm reading my book, because that's the only source of entertainment on this budget airline, I look through the seats and I see them like one of the guys, the DJ, has a little vial. And I'm like, oh, he's got like mints or something. Cool. Imagine like they're like cool enough to where I could stick my hand out through the seats and be like, hey, give me some. You know what I mean? But I didn't do that. So I just observed as I was reading my book. And I see this guy put some sort of powder on the back hands of his two friends and himself. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I've seen enough Narcos. I know what's about to happen. If a powder's going on the back of the hand, like I know what's about to happen. Sure enough, the guy and the woman and then the DJ sniff the back of their hands and I freak out. I've never seen this done. I've never seen somebody do cocaine before in my life besides TV. And I'm like, oh my God. I put the book up to kind of cover my face as I turn to Seth and I'm like, they're doing cocaine. You know that whisper where you're like, oh, they're doing cocaine. And I almost got some on accident. I almost was going to reach my hand through and be like, hey, let me get some. Oh, great going. I didn't do that. Thank God. And I'm like, Seth, they're doing cocaine. You know, the whisper, yell, scream kind of thing because you cannot believe what's going on. And I'm like, they just did coke. I saw them. They sniffed the back of their hands like I just saw them. And I don't know what to do. First of all, how'd they even get that on? Second of all, is this real life? And third of all, I've seen enough movies to know if that, like, what if it explodes or something and like goes in the air? We're going to have a coked out economy on our hands. And I do not want to be I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to do that. So anyway, I tell Seth, like, watch them. Like look, they'll do it again. Like watch. Sure enough, they do it again. And they now incorporated the row across the way on the right side of them. He's now got this kid. He's like, yo, what is that? Let me get some. And I'm like, oh, what? I'm like, yo, what is going on this Scoot flight? Like, can we land, please? Anyway, Seth was watching them because, no, like, really, like, we were like, is this real life? And Seth sees that it's a red powder. So with a Google search, once we finally touched down and land, we figured out it was not cocaine. It was something called snuff, which I guess was an old way of how they used to get nicotine right into their blood. It's a type of sniffing tobacco. Seth said he saw that the powder was red. I could have sworn it was white. I could have sworn, but also maybe my mind was playing tricks on me because what? Because what? Like how? Like anyway. So we kind of like calmed down. The music kept rolling. The drinks were flowing. As a matter of fact, like maybe the behavior even attributed to like somebody, you know, having a real party of a time because they were like 5 rows away from the exit row where one of the guys stood and the other two yelled across in their native language. It was like, no, that was kind of Italian, but you know what I'm saying. And they were like yelling to each other across the way. And I was like, yeah, I can read during like a bomb could go off and I could still be reading. I'm not really distracted that way, but I wasn't the only one on this flight. And Seth was like, I am going to lose it. Which he really wouldn't, but it would be annoying to most people. So they eventually, like 5 hours in, they crashed. And they crashed so hard, they all fell asleep like on each other. And I'm not sure what the dynamic was, but hey, vacay is vacay. And they all passed out. I literally thought they passed out because of, you know, drug use. But no, they just were like chilling. And then they woke up and started ordering one of everything again. And it was actually insane. Fortunately, I don't think drugs were being consumed, which kind of doesn't explain the behavior. But no, actually, vacay. Am I right? Am I right? So yeah, that's Scoot Airlines, everybody. Just the spirit of the frontier of the skies. I'm not gonna lie though, it was a cheap ticket. Like, I still recommend I recommend you fly Scoot. And budget airlines for that matter, kind of turning into a travel tip for you guys. Budget airlines, if you can pack light, it's worth the money. If you can pack light and deal with being uncomfortable or just like sucking it up to get to a destination, the journey in this specific aspect, the journey is not going to be better than the destination. Like, focus on the destination, not the journey. If you're flying a budget airline, that goes for any budget airline. Yeah, I know. Everybody's like, it's about the journey, not the destination. Like, no, not in this case. Not in this case. So that is just a story I had to share with you guys really quickly. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. I've got crazy stories. I've got more stories coming to new podcast episodes soon. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know. Show your support. Show some love. And connect with me. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one.